I want to know, where do you bury your chains?
You know the chains I wore in Roots? I keep them over the hearth in my living room, right above my 12 Emmys. What is that about,
I don't know. What is it to you?
America first met me as Kunta Kinte, a young African kid who was kidnapped, tortured, refused his slave name. Then I read to their children and maintained the integrity of their favorite spaceship. Pretty soon, people began to think of me as safe.
Oh, the safest.
Once, I read Go the Fuck to Sleep for charity.
Yeah.
One of my brand partners dropped me.
What, you can't even say fuck?
I can, but there are consequences. I said fuck. I lost money.
Shit.
If I showed how angry I really am, but I'm not gonna hide it. So I keep my chains on the wall in the living room. I want my guests to know, while I am unquestionably their friend, I am also absolutely filled with rage. You know, the
Man, salute to Jaylen Brown, Kyrie Irving. We can go to cats like Jim Brown and Muhammad Ali and Colin Kaepernick and Craig Hodges, just cats in that sporting, and there are others, you know what I mean, Eric Davis. Sorry, I'm not here to name drop, but there are other names and stuff. But and with respect, I apologize to anybody deserving to be mentioned that I'm leaving out. But somebody drop a name or whatever in the comment of somebody I may have forgotten that needs to be mentioned. But shout out to athletes and things, man, who really not only willing to risk it, but who do risk it and who have risked it. Laying all things on the line, man, to speak truth to power and say what needs to be said and that kind of thing, man. Who sacrificed not just money, man, but opportunities and things that come, endorsements, a chance to, be on this team and that team and all that kind of shit. I'm not the biggest, USA basketball, whatever fan or whatever anyway. Partly because I think it's a foregone conclusion that we should win, and partly because I'm not into nationalism and shit like that. Unpopular opinion. I'm just not into nationalism and stuff like that. There's been too much bullshit and bloodshed and shit over this fake nationalism and over all of that flag waving and stuff and I'm just not into it, particularly, you know, that of the colonizer flags and the big bad bully flags and stuff like that. But I don't even really be waving African flags or quote unquote Black Nation flags. I mean, I do and I don't. I'm just not into nationalism because of what comes attached to it. It's not just you're not really representing the people. If it was just about the people, I can get down with some shit sometime, but what you're really doing is representing a government or a corporation or whatever that's, with the bullshit. But anyway, shout out to the athletes that speak on it, stand on it, and really mean what they say, man. And anyway, it's a clip of Jaylen Brown, who essentially has been blackballed this summer for participating in any and all things nationalism and corporatism and USA and all of that, even though we know as a player and as a talent he was deserving. So anyway, and he wasn't the first. Unfortunately, he may not be the last. So, but I just want to share some light and share some clips. Peace.
To prove he said that he had more work to do, and our society has more work to do, including Josiah, and it's 2022. It takes 10 minutes of time to see who, these business owners, corporations, etc., who they're associated with. Vice president of the union, and it's part of my job to protect our players legally. To see Phil Knight first come out and condemn, Kyrie, and also see Josiah say he has more work to do, I think it's time for a larger conversation. And Adam came out and said a statement that he doesn't believe Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic, yet he's still suspended indefinitely.
People might say, like, well, but kid, we want to work with the NBA. Really, I don't care about working with the NBA. What I want them to do, when I say work with us, is to stop working against us. Stop doing that bullshit behind the scenes that we know you're doing. Mainstream media, they ain't f***ing with us. And that's cool. We can do it ourselves.
This is amazing being in this environment. Shout out to London. Shout out to the O2. Excited to get back to charity. Excited to be a part of this. And I appreciate you, IQ.
It's not so much that he's underrated. It's that he's just not liked because of his, quote, "I am better than you" attitude. He knows it. It's the same reason he is not as marketable as he should be. That's what an NBA source just sent me.
And to that point, I'll say, like, I also don't really like when, people who are a part of that power structure and shit try and, play both sides and try and, that infiltrator shit, that wild bill shit, that, I'm not into that. But to that point, this clip is a good segue onto a parallel or an adjacent point.
Men have.
We were kings and queens, never porch monkeys. There was empires in Africa called Kush, Timbuktu.
What people don't realize is black men have the most unimaginable task that there is, and that is being okay when you're not okay. I want you to know that black men have never been okay. There are outliers, but black men have always had to put on for everyone around them. They've always had to be strong. They've always had to acquiesce when everybody else was breaking around them in order to make everybody feel comfortable, because God forbid if they break. So if you know a black man, love a black man, or in community with a black man, listen to them, encourage them, affirm them, tell them you love them. Let them vent. Listen to them. Encourage them to go to therapy. And most important, just like we say all the time, protect black women. We need to protect black men. And not only their hearts, but their minds.
Anything you want, I'll do it for you. So I walked in the gas station, and two black women in there jamming to some R&B, some 90s R&B. Jodeci was playing, Jodeci, Hometown Heroes, from Charlotte, Monroe, whatever. Went to the same junior high school, shout out to Cochran, junior high / Cochran Middle School / Cochran Learning Academy, or whatever it's called now. Anyway, Jodeci is playing, and I can't help but to hum. I start humming along, just filling in, harmonizing with the notes that I can hit, and the clerk is like, "Oh, you need to go ahead and sing. You need to let that out." And I laugh, I chuckle, because I was like, if I really could sing like you think I can, I would let it out. Trust me, if I could sing like JoJo or KC, you'd hear me singing all the time. I'd be singing, ordering my food. I'd be singing, telling you what pump I need gas on, like, you know what I mean? Pump 3, like all of that, 3 pumps, pump, 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 whatever. Yeah, if I really could sing, you know what I mean? And she was like, "Oh, nah, you could sing." So I recognized too. She was part of the, the alphabet community. I think she was, the L or whatever in the alphabet community. And and so this didn't exactly fit her, but I thought, given all the alphabets, maybe you could just, maybe she would get the picture. So I was like, some people are born and they think, you know what I mean? They think they're born a male and they think they're a female. They're born a female, they think they're a male. I can see she started to be like, I don't really know where you're going with it, but I say, bear with me now. So, some people born thinking they're one letter, they're the other, whatever. No judgment right now for the purposes of illustration. And she was like, yeah. So I was like, yeah, when I was born, I thought I was a singer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't tell me I wasn't a singer. You know what I mean? Like, I was a singer and shit. But, other people got in the way of my dream or my vision for myself, and they would tell me I'm not a singer. And I just wasn't strong enough in my convictions to convince everybody else, like, nah, I'm really a singer. You know what I mean? I just kind of fell back into, whatever my natural state was, and that's what happened. You know what I mean? But thank you for seeing me as a singer, because when I was born, that's really what I saw in myself. And you one of the few people that ever done saw that in me. Nah, but yeah, that was the little talk. We had a little ha moment with that. Cause a nigga is clever and shit. But yeah, I really did think I was a singer. I might even, get a throat change or something, get a vocal cord change and become a singer. You know what I mean? I might get Casey and JoJo vocal implants and shit. You know what I mean? I heard that's what Cisco did. He got the KC vocal implant, and niggas sound like KC. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? October London got that Marvin Gaye vocal implant, because the nigga couldn't sing before then. He went and got that Marvin Gaye vocal implant stimulus package, and now the nigga could sing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to October London. So anyway, yeah, I was born a singer, but this was before all the, you couldn't tell somebody what they was and what they was not kind of thing. So people just told me I wasn't a singer, and I believed them, and that's some bullshit. You know what I mean? They done told me what I was and what I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm a motherfucking singer. God made a mistake, gave me the wrong vocal cords, told me the wrong notes to sing when it came out my mouth. But in my heart, motherfucker, I'm a singer, god damn it.
One of my mutuals made a great point when it comes to people talking about the Holocaust versus slavery. When people bring up the Holocaust, they understand how bad it was. Like, in every single minute detail, if you ask someone, like, how bad was the Holocaust, they'll be able to say in every detail what exactly happened to Jewish people. Justifiably so. But when it comes to slavery, I feel like you guys just don't do it a justice. They used to eat us, bro. They used to eat us. They used to use our skin as furniture. They used to use our hair as insulation for their clothes. They used to castrate us in streets for public display in front of their children. They used to essay black men as a form of intimidation to other black men. Look up what buck breaking is. I'm telling you right now, them books in high school that you used to read about slavery do not do it justice. These people were such sick animals to us. It's so crazy how people just gloss over like, oh yeah, slavery happened. What? I really need y'all to see the severity of how bad slavery was. The same way y'all do the Holocaust.
So I'm gonna leave that right there, man. What I'm actually doing too is learning this new software program, but editing software. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that there.